Welcome back to another episode of the Chef Logan Show. In today's episode, we have a special guest. His name is Chef Kimochi. Welcome.
Hi, hello. Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's good to see you, sir.
It's great to be on this show. I'm a big fan.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, the last episode was Academy Award winning. And,
I saw that.
Yeah.
Congratulations on
Well,
that.
thank you. I appreciate it.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
In today's video, we will be making cookies. These cookies are very unique. They're a unique recipe. They include maple syrup and almond flour. Those are the two ingredients that make it special. No eggs involved. So, the ingredients that are included in this recipe are limited to, but not limited to, coconut oil at room temperature. That's key. Chocolate chips. These are milk chocolate chips.
By Ghirardelli.
By Ghirardelli. Greatest brand.
Dilly.
We got some Reese's chips. If you're allergic to peanuts, go fuck yourself. And then the final chips that will be used is dark chocolate chips. 60% cocoa.
Cacao.
Cacao.
Cock. 60% cock.
60% cock. Yep.
Berry.
Yep.
Mike.
Yeah, so for, yeah. Oh god, this is going to be a beautiful scene. The next ingredient is almond flour. Like mentioned, it's one of the key ingredients, along with the maple syrup. The other ingredient is, with the mother, Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Not commonly used in cookie recipes, but nonetheless, it will be good.
Hey, I don't mean to brags, but
Oh, I see what you did there. The next ingredients that will be mixed in are the...
sorry, I needed
He's
that
an
to
alcoholic.
get ready.
is maple syrup.
Pull those back a little bit. The lighting's hold those up. Yeah, the lighting's a bit bad. Shit, there we go. We can just make these cuts.
Really? Or should we just leave it this way?
Perfect right now.
Continue.
So one is, these are both similar maple syrups. They're both they're bourbon. They're bourbon aged barrel maple syrup. This one's the good one. This one is the sided one. Yeah.
Oh, your camera went. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Nothing. Continue.
Next ingredient is pure vanilla extract. This cost $89.
There we go. Okay, $89.
$89.
I don't believe that.
It was more like $8. $8.90. Got some Himalayan salt. In the recipe it calls for sea salt, but Himalayan salt is the better salt. So if you ever need salt in a recipe, Himalayan salt is the way to go. And finally, the last ingredient is is baking soda.
Is that OT Genesis?
Is baking soda.
OT.
Arm & Hammer is the way to go.
Try and recreate that logo with the spoon.
You see the similarities?
I'm seeing that forearm.
Ugh. Okay. I like how I'm just gonna leave that in. Okay.
Got some mixing.
That's the final
Some
ingredient.
mixing stuff.
The utensils you'll need is a bowl and a mixing spoon. One mixing spoon. Cup. And these lovely teaspoon and tablespoon spoons. Now, let's get cooking, shall we? So, the first ingredient that will be mixed in is almond flour. The recipe calls for 2 cups. 2 cups of almond flour will make 12 servings. 12 servings is 12 cookies. No baker's dozen up in here. The next ingredient is a quarter cup of melted coconut oil. I mentioned that the coconut oil should be at room temperature, but it is the maple syrup that should be at room temperature.
Correction.
The coconut oil is melted.
Will be melted soon. Yeah.
Yeah. That's at a later time. And the other ingredient is a quarter cup of maple syrup. This is what should be kept at room temperature. And it is at room temperature currently.
But it's been turned off for
Next
how
3
long?
ingredients
I get it. Or maybe it's on. I don't know. I'm gonna have some
are
vegetables.
quarter
Well,
teaspoon.
Wait.
Okay, the next 3 ingredients are 1 quarter teaspoon pink Himalayan salt, ye old Thompson.
The salt must be grinded in
With-
the grinder.
With this one,
With this one, yeah.
adjustable dial grinder.
Gotta make it thin.
2, half a teaspoon of baking soda,
Arm and Hammer.
Arm & Hammer,
Always Arm & Hammer.
and 2, count 'em, 2
2.
teaspoons of pure vanilla
Good job.
extract.
Pure vanilla extract.
Scooch it
the
back.
greatest form of extract.
Premium quality.
only.
Yeah, that's the only way to go.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So, the final 2 ingredients, I should say, calls for 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. The famous Bragg apple cider vinegar. The next and final ingredient is a half cup of chocolate chips. For this recipe, we will be splitting that half cup with a quarter of dark chocolate chips and a quarter of peanut butter chips. Specifically, Reese's peanut butter chips.
Nothing better than Reese's.
Yeah, can't get better than that. Oh, hi. Well, welcome back. There was an intermission involved. Even though it seems like a second for y'all, it was more like an hour on the set. I should introduce this beautiful woman. The previous co-host died in a plane crash, so she had to be flown in. This is my girlfriend Castiel.
Hello.
You might remember her from the podcast we did.
Yes, that was a fun podcast. Everybody remembers that one.
They sure do. Now
I've seen that one.
to the pouring of the ingredients. First ingredient to be poured is almond flour, 2 cups. You could probably cut it. Oh,
We'll do that in post.
It's live. Okay.
Live.
Live,
Always live.
Yeah.
Good to see what you're doing. Got an elbow in my face.
Well, I'm sorry. That is almost exactly a cup. There we go. Now, okay, you go.
Never make up with Ben.
We're filming.
Next, we're going to add a quarter cup of melted coconut oil.
Ah, fancy. The next lovely ingredient to be added and mixed in is a quarter cup of maple syrup. This is bourbon aged maple syrup. The best kind of maple syrup, you know? Smell that alcohol.
Let me smell.
Oh, yeah, smell. I hope you enjoy it at home, viewers.
Well, I didn't know we were aiming to get everyone drunk off cookies.
Oh, yeah. That's the best way to enjoy cookies. Maybe not. Okay.
Well, you're gonna get a heart attack with all this.
Yeah? That's my fan. No, I'm kidding.
Just know, Internet, Ben is a traitor.
Boy.
Oh!
Alright, next up is a 1/4 teaspoon of ground Himalayan salt.
Like mentioned, better than sea salt, healthier in every single way.
And a lot saltier.
Yes. The next ingredient to be added is a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda.
Not to be confused with baking powder,
Oh, yes.
which is right here.
Oh, boy. I like that.
Alright, next ingredient is 2
Teaspoons. 2 teaspoons.
of vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract, premium grade.
Yeah, the only way to do it is premium. If you linger to the weaklings, that's bad on you.
And it makes your cookies taste nasty.
Yeah. The best is the best, the rest is the rest.
Premium always.
Yeah, gotta be first. If you're not first, you're last.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The next ingredient is 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. The Bragg brand, I should say, not band. Yeah.
Let's just hope it doesn't taste too cidery.
It's
Well then.
Oh, okay.
Scientific reaction
Scientific
101.
reaction.
Chemistry in the kitchen.
Okay, let's paso.
That's not a pleasant smell.
Yeah,
guys.
hear the sound, audience. I don't know if it's picking up.
I believe that's from the baking soda and vinegar.
That's
probably.
correct, yes. So it's because of the acid and the alkaline coming together and forming a chemical reaction as they balance each other out.
Okay.
Wow, that's actually
We added
very
science
informative.
in there.
Oh wait, was it still going when she said that? Okay.
Yay.
Okay. And then we can split this final because it's half,
So next up is a 1/4 cup of dark chocolate.
along with a 1/4 cup of peanut butter. If it was not mentioned at the start of the video, this recipe typically includes dark chocolate chips alone. I'm doing it the Chef Logan way of mixing peanut butter into it.
Yep, the biggest rule of Chef Logan is always improvise the recipe.
That's true. Just like Himalayan salt. I lost my cameraman, so I'm filming it this way now. The final result, I forgot to film, or the process of putting it in the stove anyway, or my oven. There we go. So I will showcase one example of the final result. I'm making another batch at an extended time, so it should be more golden brown, like your typical cookie. This is the result of one of the batches. It's not perfect, but as you can see, it's a nice pale color. They're soft, not too soft, not too hard. Gonna give it a few more minutes to settle, and yeah. These are the final cookies to go into the oven. These cookies will be set at 45 minutes at 250. This will give them a nice golden brown coloring like your typical cookie.
At a higher temperature.
Back home from the studio, and time to do a taste test. So, let's give it a test and a taste, shall we? Très bien.